Hello, and welcome back to Speak English Daily.
Hi, everyone. We are very happy to see you here today.
Hey everyone! Welcome back to Speak English Daily, your comfortable space to learn real English through real conversations. No pressure, no stress, just two humans talking and figuring things out together.
And sometimes laughing at our own confusion along the way, which is also part of learning, by the way.
Very important part. Today we're talking about a proverb you've probably heard many times before. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Yes, that sentence that appears exactly when you are already struggling, like when your Wi-Fi stops working during an important call and someone says, "Where there's a will, there's a way."
And you're like, I don't need wisdom right now. I need internet.
Or when you can't open a jar and someone stands behind you like a life coach instead of helping.
Strong opinion. I support it.
But jokes aside, this proverb actually has something real inside it.
It's just that we usually hear it at the wrong moment.
True, and sometimes people use it in a way that feels heavy.
Yes, like if you don't succeed, it means you didn't want it enough, which is not fair and not true.
Life is not that simple. Wanting something does not magically remove every obstacle.
So today, we're not turning this into one of those extreme motivation talks.
No, wake up at 4 a.m., drink cold water, run 10 kilometers, become a legend.
Some of us are still negotiating with getting out of bed on time.
And losing that negotiation.
Often. What we're doing instead is something more realistic. We're going to explore what this proverb actually means in everyday life.
The small situations, the normal struggles, the moments where you're just trying to make progress without turning your life into a movie.
And this is also a B2 level English conversation, so you'll hear natural expressions, useful vocabulary, and sentences you can actually use in real life.
Not textbook English that disappears the moment you close the book.
Yes, this is the kind of English that stays with you because it connects to real situations.
And don't worry if you don't understand everything immediately. You're not taking a test.
Just listen like you're sitting with us, having tea, and thinking about your own life a little.
Tea makes everything easier.
It really does. So let's begin with the proverb itself. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Most people focus on the second part.
The way, the plan, the steps, the solution.
Yes, we all want a clear path. We want life to say, here is your exact plan. Follow this and everything will work.
Like a perfect step-by-step guide with no confusion, no mistakes, no awkward moments.
But real life rarely works like that.
Most of the time, you don't see the full path at the beginning.
You just see something you care about.
And that brings us to the first word, will.
This is where everything actually starts.
Will is not loud. It's not dramatic. It's a quiet decision inside you.
It's that moment when you say, I don't fully know how, but I still want to try.
And that feeling has a name. We call it being determined.
Determined means you make a strong decision to do something even if it's difficult.
And here's the interesting part. A determined person does not always feel confident.
Not at all. Sometimes they feel tired, confused, even a little lost.
But they continue anyway because something matters to them.
I like that, because determination is not always exciting.
Yes, it's not always music, energy, and perfect timing.
Sometimes it's very simple, like opening your notes again after a long day.
Or trying to understand one sentence again after you didn't get it yesterday.
Or sending one more message, even if the last one didn't get a reply.
That's determination. Quiet, simple, but strong.
And I think many people underestimate that.
They think determination must look big and impressive.
But often, it looks like small actions repeated again and again.
Let me give a simple example. Imagine someone wants to improve their English.
Good example already.
They don't suddenly become fluent in 1 week. That would be nice, but not realistic.
If that happens, please tell me how.
Same. But what they can do is something small. Listen to one short conversation today.
Then maybe repeat a few sentences tomorrow.
Then maybe try speaking one line out loud the next day.
That doesn't look impressive from the outside.
But inside, something is building.
That's the will.
And here's a useful way to think about it. Imagine you're walking at night with a small flashlight.
You can't see the whole road.
Not at all. You only see a few steps in front of you.
And that can feel uncomfortable because you want to see everything.
But if you keep walking, those few steps are enough.
Step by step, the path continues to appear.
You don't need the entire road to begin.
You just need enough light for the next step.
And that's what will does. It gives you the reason to take that step.
Even when the full picture is not clear.
So instead of asking, where is the full plan, maybe a better question is, what is one small step I can take today?
That question feels much lighter.
And much more possible.
Which means you're more likely to actually do it.
And once you start moving, something interesting happens.
The way begins to show itself.
Not perfectly, not instantly, but gradually.
And that's where people often get confused because they expect something else.
Yes, they expect a big moment, a lucky break, something dramatic.
Like one day everything just clicks and suddenly life becomes easy.
Which sounds nice, but real life usually doesn't work like that.
This is where we need to talk about luck.
Yes, because luck is real. Things do happen unexpectedly sometimes.
Unexpectedly means something happens in a surprising way, without warning, not how you planned it.
Like when you randomly hear a song in English and suddenly understand half of it.
And you sit there thinking, wait, when did this happen?
Or when you open an old notebook and realize you understand things that used to confuse you.
That feeling is amazing.
It feels like luck, like something just happened for you.
But here's the important part. Those moments don't come from nothing.
Let's take a simple example. Imagine someone who has never cooked before.
Dangerous situation already.
Very. Now imagine they enter the kitchen one day, follow a recipe, and the dish turns out great.
They might say, wow, I'm naturally good at this.
But if they never cook again, what happens next time?
Chaos, confusion, possibly smoke.
Exactly. That first success might feel like luck.
But real skill comes from repeating the process.
From making mistakes, adjusting, learning what works.
And that happens gradually.
Gradually means slowly, step by step, little by little.
Not exciting every day, but powerful over time.
And this is very important for English learners.
Because many people wait for a big moment.
They think, one day I will suddenly understand everything.
But that suddenly is actually built slowly.
Every time you listen, every time you repeat, every time you try to speak, something small is happening.
You may not notice it immediately.
But your brain is connecting things in the background.
Then one day, unexpectedly, you understand more than before.
And it feels like magic.
But it's not magic, it's accumulation.
That's the word. Small efforts adding up over time.
So yes, enjoy those unexpected moments.
They are motivating.
But don't depend only on them.
Because luck can open a door once, but effort helps you walk through it and stay inside. And this brings us to something people don't talk about enough. The way we treat ourselves while trying. Yes, because when people hear willpower, they often imagine pressure. A lot of pressure. Like someone shouting at themselves, do more, be better, never stop. That voice is very loud and very tiring. And honestly, it doesn't work for long. It might push you for one day, maybe two. Then you feel exhausted and quit. That's why willpower should not turn into pressure. It needs something else. Support. That word changes everything. And when something gives you comfort, makes you feel calmer or less worried, we call that reassuring. Reassuring means it helps you feel safe enough to continue. For example, hearing, "It's okay to make mistakes," can be reassuring. Or someone saying, "You're improving, just keep going." That kind of support makes a big difference. Because progress is not only about pushing yourself. It's also about how you recover when things feel difficult. I like to think of it this way. Imagine you're walking in a dark place again. Same situation, different tool. You don't need someone behind you shouting, "Walk faster, don't stop." That would make it worse. You need something that helps you see clearly. Something calm, something steady. Maybe like a soft light in your hand. Yes, something that guides you instead of forcing you. Because force creates resistance, but support creates movement. And that's the difference many people miss. They try to push themselves with fear, but fear doesn't last. It burns quickly and disappears. Support stays. It helps you come back again and again. And returning is more important than being perfect. For English learners, this is very reassuring. You don't need to punish yourself to improve. You don't need to feel bad every time you make a mistake. You need a system that helps you continue. Listen regularly, practice a little, be patient. And when you have a bad day, don't turn it into a big story. Just return the next day. That's how progress really happens. Quietly, steadily, and with support. And when things move like that, something else becomes important. Taking action. Yes, because support feels good, but action is what actually moves you forward. And this is where many people quietly get stuck. They wait. They wait for the perfect moment, the perfect mood, the perfect energy, the perfect setup, the perfect desk, perfect notebook, perfect lighting, like they're about to film a documentary. And somehow nothing starts. Because perfection takes too long. Sometimes we tell ourselves, "I'll start when I feel ready." And that moment keeps moving further away. Or it shows up for 5 minutes and disappears again. Very unreliable timing. So instead of waiting for perfect conditions, we need something simpler. A small, clear action. And when you choose to do something on purpose, with intention, we call that doing it deliberately. Deliberately means you decide it, not just think about it. Not, maybe I'll do something today, but today I will do this one thing. Even if it's small, especially if it's small. Let's take a simple example. Imagine someone wants to improve their speaking. Very common goal. They watch videos, save tips, think about practicing, and feel productive without actually practicing. Exactly. Then one day they make a clear decision, a deliberate decision. Every evening I will speak for 5 minutes. Just 5 minutes. No pressure, no perfection, just showing up. The first day feels a little uncomfortable. The second day feels slightly easier. After a few days, it starts to feel normal. And after some time, something changes. Confidence begins to grow. Not from one big moment, but from many small, repeated actions. And here's where people often get it wrong. They think they need a bigger goal, but often they need a smaller start. Something so simple that they can't avoid it. Because when something feels easy, you actually do it. And doing something always beats planning everything. Every time. So, if you're learning English, ask yourself one simple question. What is one small thing I can do today? Not tomorrow, not next week, today. Maybe listen for 5 minutes. Maybe repeat one sentence. Maybe say one line out loud. That's enough. More than enough. Because that one action creates momentum. And once you start moving, it becomes easier to continue. Which brings us to something many people feel but don't always understand. Fear. Yes, the quiet voice that stops you before you even begin. This one is very real and very common. Sometimes nothing has gone wrong yet, but we already say no to ourselves. We think, I'm not good enough. I'll make a mistake. People will judge me. And before we even try, we stop. In those moments, we often feel reluctant. Reluctant means you feel unsure or uncomfortable about doing something. You know it could help you, but you don't feel ready. Like when you want to speak English, but something holds you back. And then comes hesitation. Hesitate means you pause before doing something because you feel nervous. Like when you type a message, and your finger just stays there, floating over the send button. Suddenly, that simple message feels very serious. Like it will decide your entire future, which is not true, but it feels that way. And here's something important. Hesitation is normal. It does not mean you are weak. It often means you care. If you didn't care, you wouldn't feel nervous. That's a better way to see it. But we should be careful, because hesitation can become a habit, and we don't want that. It's okay to visit hesitation, but don't stay there. Don't decorate it. Don't make it comfortable. No long-term contract. Just pass through.
Feel the fear, but still take a small step.
Speak one sentence.
Ask one question.
Try one attempt.
You don't need to remove fear completely.
You just need to move with it.
Slowly, gently, but forward.
And once you do that, something interesting happens again.
The fear becomes smaller,
Not because it disappears,
but because you become stronger.
and that strength builds over time.
One action at a time.
One moment of courage at a time.
And that's where things get a little tricky.
Because even when you want to move forward,
Something inside you quietly pulls you back,
not loudly, not dramatically,
just enough to stop you.
and this is where self-rejection begins.
Which sounds like a big word, but it shows up in very small moments.
Moments where nothing has actually gone wrong yet.
But you already decide not to try.
You think, I can't do this.
This is too difficult.
I'll probably mess it up.
And just like that, you step back.
No one stopped you.
You stopped yourself.
And this feeling often comes with something we call being reluctant.
Reluctant means you feel unsure or uncomfortable about doing something,
You see the opportunity.
but you don't fully step into it.
You stay just outside.
Let's look at a situation almost everyone has experienced.
Very real, very common.
You want to post something in English.
Maybe a comment, maybe a message.
You think about what to say.
You even form a sentence in your head.
It's simple. It makes sense.
Then suddenly, something changes.
You pause.
That pause is hesitation.
Hesitate means you stop for a moment because you feel nervous or unsure.
And in that moment, your mind becomes very active.
Too active.
Is this correct?
What if this sounds strange?
What if people notice my mistake?
And now the situation feels bigger than it is.
Much bigger.
It's no longer just a message
It feels like a test,
or a performance.
even though no one is actually watching you that closely.
And here's how it usually plays out.
You type your sentence,
You read it once,
then again,
you change one word,
then you change the whole sentence,
then you make it shorter,
then simpler,
then you stare at it.
and now your finger is near the send button.
Ready, but not moving.
Because suddenly that tiny action feels very serious.
Like it carries more weight than it actually does.
And after a few seconds,
You delete it,
or you close the app,
and nothing gets sent.
that's hesitation winning again.
And it happens to so many people,
Especially when learning something new,
especially when using a new language,
because mistakes feel more visible.
and more personal.
But here's something important.
Hesitation is not the enemy.
It's a signal
It shows that you care.
that the moment matters to you.
If you didn't care, you would feel nothing.
You would just act without thinking.
So the goal is not to remove hesitation completely.
That's not realistic.
The goal is to act even when it's there.
To move while feeling unsure.
And that can start very small.
Smaller than you think.
Instead of writing a long message,
Write one short sentence.
instead of trying to sound perfect,
Focus on being clear.
instead of waiting for confidence,
Use a little courage.
just enough to press send.
Just enough to try.
Because confidence doesn't come first.
It grows after action.
Every time you act, something changes.
The fear becomes slightly weaker.
The situation feels a little more normal.
And that moment becomes easier next time.
Until one day,
You don't pause as long.
you type
You send,
and you continue.
no overthinking,
No long internal debate.
just communication.
And that shift is powerful.
From stopping yourself,
To allowing yourself.
from fear,
To action.
and it all starts with one small decision.
And that one small decision leads us to something people think about a lot.
Talent.
Yes, the idea that some people are just naturally better.
And to be fair, talent does exist.
Some people learn faster.
Some people remember words easily.
Some people speak smoothly from the beginning.
And when you see that, it can feel a little discouraging.
You start comparing.
Why are they improving so quickly?
Why am I still struggling?
And comparison can quietly damage your motivation,
Because you're measuring your progress using someone else's timeline.
which is not always fair,
Or accurate.
because you don't see their full story,
You don't see how much time they spent practicing.
or how many mistakes they made before getting better.
You only see the result.
And that can create pressure.
But here's something important.
Talent can help you start.
But it cannot carry you all the way.
At some point, everyone needs practice.
And this is where another word becomes more powerful.
Persistent.
Persistent means you continue trying even when something feels slow, difficult, or frustrating.
And I like this word because it's very honest.
Yes, it doesn't promise perfection.
It doesn't say you'll always feel motivated,
It just says you keep going,
even on the days when you don't feel like it,
even when you forget things.
even when progress feels invisible,
A persistent person doesn't stop after one bad day
or one mistake.
or one moment of doubt.
They return,
That's the key idea.
returning,
Returning to practice.
returning to learning,
Returning to the goal.
again and again.
And that's where real progress is built.
Not in one perfect moment.
But in many imperfect returns.
Let's say someone practices English for a week.
Then they stop for a few days.
Maybe life gets busy.
Maybe they feel tired.
Maybe they lose motivation.
A non-persistent person might think, that's it, I failed.
And they stop completely.
But a persistent person thinks differently.
They say, okay, I stopped, but I can come back.
And they continue.
That return matters more than the break.
Because progress doesn't require perfection.
It requires consistency over time.
And consistency is not about never stopping.
It's about not quitting.
That's a big difference.
And for English learners, this is very important.
You don't need to be the fastest learner.
You don't need to be the most talented.
You need to be someone who returns.
Someone who continues,
Because over time, persistence becomes stronger than talent.
quietly but surely.
And even persistent people face something difficult.
Moments when things don't go as planned,
Yes, when plan A doesn't work.
which happens more often than people expect.
You try one method,
You follow one idea,
you expect a certain result.
and it doesn't happen.
That can feel frustrating.
Sometimes even disappointing.
And in those moments, you can feel vulnerable.
Vulnerable means you feel emotionally open or exposed.
Like people can see your effort,
Your struggle.
your uncertainty.
For example, speaking English in front of others can feel vulnerable.
You're showing something you're still learning.
You're not perfect yet,
And that can feel uncomfortable.
but it's also part of growth.
Because if you never allow yourself to be seen,
You never improve in real situations.
and when plan A fails, there's another challenge.
Staying hopeful.
That's where being optimistic comes in.
Optimistic means believing that something good is still possible.
Not ignoring reality,
Not pretending everything is fine.
but saying, this didn't work, but maybe something else will.
That mindset changes everything.
Because instead of stopping, you start looking for another option.
Let's imagine a simple situation.
You're trying to learn English only through grammar books,
You study rules, you read explanations.
but speaking still feels difficult.
Plan A is not working.
Now you have two choices.
You can quit.
Or you can try a different route.
Maybe listening to podcasts.
Maybe watching short videos.
Maybe practicing with a friend.
Same goal,
Different path.
and that's an important idea.
The first way is not the only way.
If one path is blocked, you don't stop the journey.
You look for another direction.
Like navigating through a city.
If one road is closed, you don't park your car forever.
Hopefully not.
You find another street.
Maybe it's longer,
Maybe it's slower.
but it still moves you forward.
And that's what matters.
For English learners, flexibility is powerful.
You don't need one perfect method.
You need a method that works for you.
And if something doesn't work,
Change it.
adjust it.
Try again.
Stay open.
Stay curious.
Stay optimistic.
Because the goal is not to follow one fixed plan.
The goal is to keep moving toward your improvement,
In your own way.
in your own pace.
At your own pace.
And when you look at everything we've talked about today, it all connects back to that simple proverb.
Where there's a will, there's a way.
But now it probably feels a little different,
Less like a big, heavy sentence.
and more like something practical,
Because it's not saying life will be easy.
or that every plan will work.
It's saying if something truly matters to you,
You will keep looking for a way.
maybe not the first way,
Maybe not the fastest way,
but a possible way.
and sometimes that way appears only after you begin,
Step by step.
slowly.
Sometimes even unexpectedly.
So here's a simple question for you.
Think about something you care about right now.
Maybe something you've been wanting to improve.
Maybe your English.
Maybe something else in your life.
Instead of asking, is there a perfect way?
Ask yourself, what is one small way I can try today?
Just one.
Because one small action can change everything.
And with that, let's slow things down and take a closer look at the words we used today.
These are useful B2 words that help you talk about real situations, real emotions, and real progress.
Let's begin with the first word, determined.
Determined means you have made a strong decision to do something, even if it is difficult.
You can say, she was determined to improve her English this year.
Or, he was determined to continue even after failing the first time.
So, determined is not just wanting something.
It's wanting it strongly enough to keep going.
Let's repeat it. Determined.
Determined.
Next word, in unexpectedly.
Unexpectedly means something happens in a surprising way, not how you planned it.
You can say, I unexpectedly understood a full conversation today.
Or, the solution appeared unexpectedly while I was relaxing.
So, it's about surprise.
Let's repeat it. Unexpectedly.
Unexpectedly. Now we have gradually.
Gradually means slowly, step by step, little by little.
You can say, my confidence grew gradually over time.
Or, if you practice daily, your English will gradually improve.
So this word reminds us that progress takes time. Let's repeat it. Gradually.
Gradually.
Next word, reassuring.
Reassuring means something makes you feel calmer, safer, or less worried.
You can say, it was reassuring to hear that mistakes are normal.
Or, her advice was very reassuring before the interview.
So reassuring gives comfort.
Let's repeat it. Reassuring.
Reassuring.
Next word, deliberately.
Deliberately means you do something on purpose, with intention.
You can say, I deliberately practiced speaking for 10 minutes every day.
Or, she deliberately chose simple topics to build confidence.
So it's not random.
It's planned.
Let's repeat it. Deliberately.
Deliberately.
Now we have reluctant.
Reluctant means you feel unsure, uncomfortable, or not fully ready to do something.
You can say, I felt reluctant to speak in front of others.
Or, he was reluctant to try again after making a mistake.
So it's that feeling of holding back.
Let's repeat it. Reluctant.
Reluctant.
Next word, hesitate.
Hesitate means to pause before doing something because you feel nervous or unsure.
You can say, I hesitated before asking the question.
Or, don't hesitate to practice speaking every day.
So it's that small pause before action.
Let's repeat it. Hesitate.
Hesitate.
Now we have persistent.
Persistent means you continue trying even when something is difficult, slow, or frustrating.
You can say, a persistent learner keeps practicing even after mistakes.
Or, she was persistent, so her skills improved over time.
So it's about continuing.
Let's repeat it. Persistent.
Persistent.
Next word, vulnerable.
Vulnerable means you feel emotionally open or exposed.
You can say, speaking in a new language can make you feel vulnerable.
Or, he felt vulnerable when sharing his ideas.
So it's not weakness.
It's honesty.
Let's repeat it. Vulnerable.
Vulnerable.
And our final word is optimistic.
Optimistic means hopeful that something good is still possible.
You can say, I'm optimistic about my progress.
Or, even after failure, she stayed optimistic and tried again.
So it's about hope.
Let's repeat it. Optimistic.
Optimistic.
And that brings us to the end of today's word tour.
Today we explored willpower, effort, fear, persistence, and the idea that one way is not the only way.
So, if you're working on something important right now,
remember, you don't need the full path.
you just need one honest step.
And if that step feels small,
That's perfectly fine.
small steps still move you forward.
Tell us in the comments, what is one thing you are determined to improve this year?
And if this episode helped you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who is also learning.
Keep practicing,
Keep showing up.
and keep believing that your way is still possible.
This is Anna,
And this is Mike.
and you've been listening to Speak English Daily.
Take care, and we'll see you in the next episode.